Hello, my name is Abby Coons, and I decided to do my presentation on self-discipline. As an introduction, I want to start off with focusing on the things they control individually, both as a player and a coach, helps set the foundation of the program. Programs that focus on the controllables are often found to be more successful. One of those controllable things is self-discipline. It's just a decision that every single person has to buy in and has to be willing to make. The core of having self-discipline is conditioning oneself and constantly being consistent. The Merriam-Webster definition of self-discipline is correction or regulation of oneself for the sake of improvement. My definition is the ability to continually push yourself out of your comfort zone, and this is never settling for what's expected or what someone's done before you. So it's the ability to consistently do the things that no one else wants to do and never letting fear set you back. And it's also to be the individual who's willing to do it differently. It's the person that's willing to take a different path to get there and be the difference maker the future needs to see. Next is my role as a coach. I am a coach at Hamilton College of a Division III women's ice hockey team. Here, I find it extremely important that I hold myself to the same high standards that I expect of my team. Something as simple as showing up on time, being prepared, making sure we have our practices best fit to the competition that we're playing that following weekend or what the team is best needing. But it's also staying consistent with my word. So if it's something that I said wrong, I accept that I said it wrong. If it's something that I say right, I stay consistent with it even if everyone else is pushing back. It is also constantly working hard in every aspect of my life. Next, I'm going to show a video of Coach K.
Yes, I have the will to prepare to win.
No.
Preparation to win is much more important than the will to win. But if you combine the preparation to win and the will to win, I get chills thinking about it. You got a chance, man.
Coach K talks about the preparation to win and the will to win and how powerful they are together. Both of these things take self-discipline. Next, I have a quote from Muhammad Ali, one that I really like and resonates with me. I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit, suffer now, and live the rest of your life a champion. And I think this makes a great point that self-discipline is hard, but it will pay off in the long run. So if you make the choice to set yourself up for success, it has to be done now, and it's going to take both preparation and will to get through it. Next, I'm going to show a video of Kobe Bryant, who I believe is the living definition of self-discipline.
Had that passion, but weren't willing to commit their entire lives to doing that, right? It's a choice, right? You have other things, you have family, you have all these other things that you have to do. The game can't really be your number one priority. And so I was just looking at that like, man, this is gonna be fun. The love of the game, the challenge. Like I would watch Magic play, I'd watch Michael play, and I would see them do these unbelievable things, and I'd say, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out. And so that curiosity to see where I could push this thing led me down that path, I think. Right? So, basketball for me was the most important thing. So everything I saw, whether it was TV shows, whether it was books I read, people I talked to, everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you to become better at your craft. And the people that love you, like friends and family, like they know that about you.
Got it.
So they let you be you. And when you reconvene, you pick back up where you left off. Mm-hmm. But make no mistake about it, everything in between is lost, right? So those long-term relationships, the commitment of time of taking like I see a lot of players take vacations with other players that are close friends, and we'll just take vacations just to take vacations, or just hang out just to hang out. Like I never did that. I didn't want to have to say, I wish I would have done more. I don't want that. I don't want that. Right? Like you're worried about how people may perceive you, and like you're walking around and it's embarrassing because you shot 5 air balls. Get over yourself, right? And then after that, it's okay, well, why did those air balls happen? Got it. High school, year before, we played 35 games, max. right? Week in between, spaced out, plenty of time to rest. In the NBA, it's back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I didn't have the legs. So you look at the shot, every shot was online. Every shot was online, but every shot was short. Right? I got to get stronger. I got to train differently. The weight training program that I'm doing, I got to tailor it for an 82-game season so that when the playoffs come around, my legs are stronger and that ball gets there. So I look at it with rationale and say, okay, well, the reason why I shot air balls is because my legs aren't there. I go, well, next year they'll be there. That was it.
Done.
Well, I mean, every day. I mean, since for 20 years. I mean, it was an everyday process and trying to figure out strengths and weaknesses.
In this video, Kobe touches on some great points. Some of those including the fact that he's always learning how to become better. And also the biggest point is that you're willing to lose out now, even if that hurts some of your relationships, because he knows he can pick them back up later, because he knows that people around him know him well enough that he's disciplined and has to do these things. And his biggest point is that he never wishes he had done more. He leaves with no regrets. Next, I have a quote from Michael Jordan, talking about what's in your control. Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. I think this is a great point that touches on finding a way around it. So when things become difficult, it's not about taking the easy route and turning back around. It's about finding your way through no matter how hard it is. And this is focusing on what's in your control. It's using your strengths and your abilities and your resources to get through these things because you've disciplined and composed yourself enough to get there. Next, off of all this, is a lack of self-discipline. From the book Timeless Leadership Principles, there is a great quote. Countless athletes, students, salespeople, or aspiring leaders who had more than enough talent to reach great heights gave up too early after their first losing season, poor report card, cold call rejection, or subpar board review. I think this touches back on the point that both Kobe and Michael Jordan made, that it's not about taking the easy way out. It's not about finding what you regret because you didn't do enough. It's about being self-disciplined enough that you get yourself through these things. My next two slides will be about modeling self-discipline. The next two quotes I have are from the same book. Motivated people learn to adapt a self-starting posture in life at an early stage through influence of their parents, teachers, and peers. I think this is such an important point because as a coach, you must be the person to teach motivation and discipline. And without this, they will never learn between the teachers, parents, or coaches. Another quote is, if an individual is highly motivated, they probably grew up surrounded by role models who were highly motivated and influenced to become self-starters. This continues to touch on the point that kids have to be taught, and being a coach is one of the best positions to motivate students and players. The next quote I have is also additionally off of modeling self-discipline. No regrets that came from the core of everything I wanted to be. In basketball, no regrets meant as long as we did all we could do to prepare, as long as we practiced and played as hard as we possibly could, then we would never have to worry about the outcome of the game. Win or loss, we would never have to experience the emptiness of regret because we gave our best. I think this touches back on the two previous quotes, but also builds on the fact that if they knew that they did everything they could in their individual power and gave 100% of what they had and left it with no regrets, then they would come out feeling better than they would if they hadn't prepared and been disciplined in their journey. The last quote I have is from the Hebrews, and it says, "For the moment all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the painful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it." And I think this encapsulates everything that I've touched on so far, that during times as self-discipline is more prevalent in life, it will feel painful, but once you have become trained, it pays off for the rest of your life. To close, in conclusion, coaches model self-discipline by consistency, determination, resiliency, reflection, and self-awareness.